All right, guys. We're trying to take the channel in a new direction here. We're gonna try and stick with what we think are some of the most important stories of the week. Right here, we got an interview with Elon Musk and Tucker Carlson talking about the dangers of AI. I'm gonna play a little bit of this.
After that, it's hard to predict. So I think we should be cautious with AI, and I think there should be some government oversight because it affects it's a danger to the public. And so when you have things that are a danger to the public, like let's say, so food and drugs. That's why we have the Food and Drug Administration,
right,
and the Federal Aviation Administration. The FCC. We have these agencies to oversee things that affect the public, where there could be public harm, and you don't want companies cutting corners on safety, and then having people suffer as a result. So that's why I've actually for a long time been a strong advocate of AI regulation. So that I think regulation is. It's not fun to be regulated. It's somewhat arduous to be regulated.
All right, so I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
No, I get it, but
can I start?
Yeah, go ahead. You got some?
So some time ago, in one of our episodes, I actually talked about this in the concerns. Please, if you are interested, go back and look it up. I'm sure you guys will find it if you're interested in watching it.
Yeah, we'll link it back in the description down below.
Yes, thank you. But the thing is, like, I asked you guys, like, how do we police this? And now, on top of that concern is, like, how many divisions do we actually dedicate to this service? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's gotta be people who are very like savvy with computers and stuff like that. But also there's gotta be some physical policing on this. And the other question I have is this something that we're gonna add as we go, like everything else? Like, you know what I mean? Like when they first came out with cars, they didn't have seatbelts or airbags or anything like that. So as things happened, are we gonna like think of everything all around? And actually like guide ourselves by prior mistakes, or are we gonna like cover things as we go, as things happen? That's one of the concerns I have.
Yeah, before you go on, I mean, I think I can add to that.
Okay.
And there's a saying that every part of creation that we make is also equal part of destruction.
Absolutely.
And it depends on the users, and you can see it in the aviation industry or the car industry, as like you said, that we don't know. Sometimes, most of the times, we don't know what shit might hit the fan or when shit might hit the fan.
Yeah.
And that we can learn from the mistakes, and that's human. But at the same time, like Elon Musk is just warning us, like you said also in the last video, for the mistakes that we will make, and that we have to be very cautious.
I think best, and I'm sure that that's what we're doing right now, right? But best thing is to use correlation between this and that. Okay, no longer are talking about.
Hold up, guys. Hold up. Why is this a problem? Like, why are we just assuming AI is dangerous? This is what I'm not like.
No. I mean, that is a good question, actually. I don't know.
This thing is helping me out right now. It's helping us out. What are you talking about? It's helping the kids do their
energy is also not dangerous depending on who uses it.
It's helping the kids do their homework. It's helping you solve problems, program. It's helping.
There will be downfalls to it.
What's the downfall?
Everything else. It's not attack.
Run me through some of these scenarios. Like how does this go wrong, man? Seem like it's all good right now.
Yes.
You can have so many standpoints. I mean, from an ethical perspective only, I think
listen to what he's saying. Nothing has happened yet, so we cannot use no concrete. Everything would be us.
Nothing has happened yet, but what I've seen, or what I saw one video that I think that was the ChatGPT actually couldn't do the captcha because it was a robot. So it actually hired someone through Fiverr to actually do the captchas for it, so it could proceed with coming with the solution with the task it had at hand.
Imagine that.
Isn't
that
already an ethical question, in the sense of can a machine hire a human to do something for them? Isn't that already crossing a certain boundary?
If it's paying you on time,
None of these arguments against AI, none of them makes any sense. Like, none of them. None of them make any sense. It's like they say, well, the AI can be used for disinformation. I'm like, people do that already. Like, what are you talking about? You're talking about hiring someone. Can't the AI go hire somebody? People do that already. Like, I don't get any of these arguments. Like, none of them.
I mean, we are not. The argument is not that this is gonna create some unknown problem or some. It's gonna bring same problems, just in a different way. I mean, same as everything else, aviation and motor vehicles industry in general. Like, just to use an example, of course, that's what I'm talking about. Throughout history, these things has happened before. But I just think even Elon Musk, forget about me. He thinks this should be monitored and policed, and there should be rules and regulations towards this. There's a reason for this.
Okay, what's the reason, Angel?
Everything is a reason.
It's not everything. What he said was actually really specific, and he's the only one that really made an argument as to why. And his argument was that he created OpenAI so it could be open to everybody, right? Because it's not.
But does open just mean that it's open to everybody?
Yes.
Or does it mean like it's openly learning, openly engaging, openly? So it means all these things, right?
Yes, it was supposed to be open to everybody.
He hired somebody. What if it tricked somebody? What if it lies?
That's not the threat. That's not the threat. The reason why he's even doing what he's doing is because Google, they had theirs. I don't know what Google's was called. I think it's called DeepMind, but they had the biggest AI, the biggest large language model on Earth. It was owned by Google. And in this interview, he goes through like why him and Sergey, the founder of Google, back when they were cool, they were talking about AI. And Sergey said, hey, he wants to bring in this AI, this digital god, and that it may replace us. And Elon's like, yo, I don't know about that, man. I don't think that's a good idea. So that's why he created OpenAI, is so it can go up against Google's AI. And then Microsoft bought OpenAI. So that's why he says it's a problem, because Microsoft owns it now and Microsoft has control over it, and it's no longer open and free. It's not that AI is a problem. It's, you don't know what Microsoft is up to and you don't know what Google is up to.
That's exactly where what one of the issues is. It depends on who is actually at the controlling the way the machine works, or where it's going, where it's flowing to, which influences does it got. And I mean, Microsoft doesn't have a good name if you look at who is at the top of it. Bill Gates.
Back then, Bill Gates was cool back in the day. After he left Microsoft, that's when he just went, I don't know what happened to him, man. Everybody used to love Bill Gates back in the day. And I don't even know, man.
That is true.
Yeah.
But, so you have no concerns whatsoever, really?
The only concern is, like, to me, is how many people are going to be replaced as far as work.
Okay. And like, what was your take on this? Like, what did you take away from this whole? Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, watch the whole thing.
What did you learn? What did you take from it? What did
I just
change your perspective?
I heard people talking about, but I just didn't realize that he's the one that started OpenAI. Why he started it? Like some of the guys that he tried to bring onto the team. Google's role in AI. And now he's trying to start a new AI company to battle against Microsoft and Google. That's pretty much it. Like all these AI scenarios, none of them make any sense. None of them make any sense. That AI is going to be evil and take over. It's like, come on, man. Like,
it's not necessarily evil. It's like what's stopping it from having, variations of, let's say, because I don't know what to call it, variations of personalities, same as human beings, right? If it's constantly learning, let's say AI is totally 100% good, right? Perfect world right here, right?
yeah.
And I'm an assassin. I'm somebody who kills people and stuff like that. And then AI just like gets an idea of it, right? Let's say what's stopping it from possessing, let's say, one of these military weapons or something like that. I mean, somehow it's good, right? Like let's say it by itself, because I'm sure it's listening to all cell phones, all computers, all Alexas, all these things, right? That's connected to the internet. Let's say for some reason it catches wind of somebody planning to shoot, let's say, a school. God forbid that happens again, but we know here in America this happens a lot, right? And it decides, okay, this is a human being that we can live without. Shouldn't be bad for me to eliminate this person. I'll possess this, let's say, military machine, Tesla, run them over or something like that, and something like that happens. Of course, it hasn't happened, but what is stopping this from happening?
From the AI, AI like preventing a school shooter. Is that what you're saying?
No, yeah, that's best case scenario. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, okay. It gets to somebody who is not a good person. Like it says, like, okay, the world doesn't need a person like this. Maybe I can make a difference. I'm here to help humanity, and one way to help is to eliminate people who feel this way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. AI would be good enough to do that. Okay. What about it?
Is that then isn't AI playing for God then?
No. Like if you're going through all their social media, you're surveilling everything. The AI can say, okay, I can stop this from happening. No, I don't see a problem.
So how much is too much is what I'm trying to ask. I mean, I wouldn't be mad. Stop all the...
Yo, reality, you need to ask yourself a question. How did these kids wind up with thousands of dollars worth of weapons? Now that's crazy, because I heard some crazy stuff about that the government is hooking them up with that stuff. So
yeah, I heard something like that as well.
One of them got busted like handing out assault weapons in the inner city, just handing it out to the kids. And that story just got suppressed. Like, I mean...
Yeah, I didn't hear about that, but I heard something very similar in even with the thing that happened down here in the Falls. I don't know if you remember the Tops thing. Maybe we spoke about it? I can't remember. Well, these are my concerns. They are not necessarily realistic. It's me just, my pessimistic way of thinking, what if, and all these things. I make a lot of scenarios. They're not necessarily gonna become true. So
AI is good. It's just good, man. That's all it is.
Depends on who controls it. That's what I'm saying.
No, okay. How about this? What's the timer on this video so far, Ed?
I know we're like 13 minutes, man.
Okay. So next video, can we just end this video here? And next video, guys, stay tuned. I want to put a scenario, a fictitious thing, and see where it goes. I think it's a good one. I just got an idea of something. Could be a movie, maybe. Thank you for watching, guys. I think that was it for this episode. Unidentified Podcast.
Yeah. See you on the next.